I know you're wondering how'd she do that? Stick around and I'll show you. Hi there, beautiful people. It's your girl here again with a nail tutorial, and this time around we're doing press on nails. Now, for those of you who missed it, I did this DIY press on stands in my previous video, but do not skip this one. I'm going to leave it in the description box so you can check it after this video is done, or I'm going to leave it in the end screens as well so that you can watch it from there. Now, it's a pretty simple hack. You don't need too many items. I think I used just about 4 or 5 items to create it, and it's not going to cost you over, say, $2 at most, because you're only gonna have to buy the glue and the, well, you're going to watch it, so let me not tell you how that goes. So coming back to this video, on this day when I did this, I was kind of bored and I didn't have anything doing. So I figured I might as well, try doing my nails. But then along the way, like, I started prepping my nails and I realized, oh, I should just create I should do a press on nails, because it's been a long minute since I last did one. And then I was like, let me just record it, because it's been a while since I uploaded a nail video as well. So here I am doing this for you guys, okay? So I really hope you enjoy it. So for the tutorial, I just started off by measuring each nail, making sure it fits my nails. I'm using Gel X nails, right? If you're wondering, these are Gel X nails, full covered. So I just measured out each one to make sure it fits my nails perfectly, sidewall to sidewall, without leaving any gaps. And after that, I buffed it to remove the shine. That's why you see it look dull. And then right now I'm just applying base coat. It's clear base coat on all the nails, and I cured that for 60 seconds. Now when I finished, I went ahead to apply a color base coat. Now I started off with Canny, but then it was a little too light. The consistency was too light, and it was see-through, and it wasn't just giving what I wanted. If I had to continue with that, I would have used about 5 or 6 or even more layers of it, and that's too much product and too much time. I just didn't want to get into it, so I switched over to a rubber base coat. Now, if you're a nail tech, you know that rubber base coats are ideal for doing Gel X nails. Now, it's firm, the consistency is thicker, so it is not easily see. Like, 2 coats of it and you're good. Maximum 3, but I used 2 coats here because I went ahead with Canny again. So I used 2 coats, and since it's thicker, it provided more firmness for the nails. It was not too soft. That way, when I apply it on my nails, like when I glue it onto my nails, it won't break off easily. So rubber base, it gives you that extra sturdiness which your Gel X nails need. Now, after applying 2 coats, like that's what I'm doing right now, this is the second coat. I applied the first coat and I dried it for 60 seconds, and then I'm going in with the second coat, which I also cured for 60 seconds. Now, after that, I went back in with 1 coat of the Canny. Now, there are 2 reasons why I went back with the Canny. One is because it is really, really smooth, and in texture and in feel, such that when you're doing especially a French, your brush just glides over it effortlessly, and you can easily create that French curve. Okay, so I use the Canny, or you can use any other brand that you see works for you, but I use Canny because that's what I had on hand, and that's where it worked effortlessly for me. And the second reason why I used Canny was because the rubber base was a little too bright. So this particular shade of Canny is 039. It was darker, and it went a little bit closer to looking like natural nails. Okay, so I just used 1 coat of that, and then I dried it for 60 seconds, after which I went in with the French. Now, as you can see, I've already done the other 3 nails, and I figured out a technique in the course of that which worked really well for me. So that's what I'm showing you right now. So I just did 2 strokes on the extreme edges, and then I'm bringing that into a V, and the V meets at the bottom. All right, then I figured out where I want the curve to be in the end, and I went slightly below that point, just slightly, not too far down, just slightly below. And after marking it, I'm just going to curve in that V into a U at that point where I marked it, so that it gives that French curve. Now if you want, you can just emphasize the smoothness and leave it there, but I wanted it to have a deep French look, so I went on to increase the stroke from the edges. I took it up a bit to the upper part, like right there. Yes, I really don't know how to call that, but yes, I did that. And then I just smoothed out the French smile a bit more, and you just keep doing that until when you're comfortable with how it looks. You fill in the bottom part, and after filling it in, you just do any small touch-ups that it needs to be done, and that's it. Now I'm doing this in real time. Okay, this part is not sped up. All right, it's not sped up. This is how I did the French in real time. That's how much time it took me. Now the key to doing a good French is practice. Okay, practice, practice, practice. Keep practicing. Don't think that it's easy, because French is pretty much the hardest design you're ever going to do, and it's the most frequent design you're going to do when it comes to nails. So keep practicing until you get the hang of it. If this technique doesn't work for you, that's fine. You can watch other videos and find another technique which works for you, and keep practicing until you get the hang of it, and you can do it effortlessly. All right, so when I finished with this, I just filled it in. And after filling it in, I cured it. I did a little touch up to just make sure everything was nice and smooth and clean. I'm sorry that my hand keep going out of frame. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to try to work on that in my subsequent videos. But yes, after doing that, I cured it for 60 seconds, and then I moved over to the next part of the design, which was outlining. Now as you can see, the nails are different colors of pink. There's a lighter pink, and then there's this deeper color of the pink. So for the outline, I just switched up the colors. Where there is a lighter color of pink for the French, I just outlined with a deeper color, and where there's the deeper color, I outlined with the lighter color. Okay, and after outlining, I cured it for 60 seconds, and then moving on to the next design is a crisscross. Now I tried to freehand it, but it didn't work well, so I wiped it off, and I then went ahead with this one, with this technique. Now basically I just did those 3 dots in the middle, spaced them out, and then in between each of those dots at the very extreme, I put other dots there. And after doing those dots, I just connected them. I know my explanation is not very good, but as you can clearly see what I did. All right, so after marking the dots, you're just going to connect them. All right, and as you're connecting, it's giving you that crisscross. Now marking just helps you to guide you, so that you don't do something like the line doesn't look like a V, or it doesn't look like a U rather, because you want it to be that doesn't make sense. I'm just going to stop rambling and let you watch. So what I did on this nail, I did on the other nail as well. I'm going to redo that so you can see it again. Now after this, you cure it. All right, make sure you're curing it so that it doesn't smudge or anything. So I'm just going to let you watch. Like everything else is pretty much self-explanatory, but I'm going to hop in whenever I need to be. So just keep watching.